back of your man bed chairs and Queen Julien's on the camera. We are on air. We got Fina in the house. We got the 34 up in the air. And basically what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to get it turned over. This is Fun Day Sunday. I'm going to try to get the engine turned over for the very first time. I had to run down and get a battery from another car. We probably got 30 or 40 probably dead batteries, and it's quite something. You look out the window here. We got a 1938 Chevy. It's for sale. It's a 6 volt. I can start that car up any time of day with the battery it has in it, and the battery is a 6 volt battery. How old is that battery? But nowadays you want to get a brand new battery, and you let it set for maybe a month or maybe 2 months, and you've got something dead and no good. Who do you blame for that, I wonder? Nah, we're not going to play the blame game. It's just that the batteries are no good nowadays, and everybody knows it. Like, the batteries are no good. That old car right there, although start that up, I started it up this morning and drove it out. Like, and it's been sitting, hasn't charged it, hasn't done nothing to it other than press the button. Back to this thing. We've got it turned over. We put the diesel fuel. First thing we did is we took the spark plugs out. We put diesel fuel in the cylinders, and we let it set for a week. When we let it set for a week, me and Jolene come back out. We pulled the plugs back out of it, and then I began to rock it to find out if we could break it free. We did break it free, and now it sits there. One more thing I did to it, I took a, where is that? I was going to put vinegar in the car to free it up. I did not do that, but the vinegar is supposed to be the best for unseizing something, from what I understand, I've been told. So what I did after we freed it up, I took a little squirt jug, put a little bit of vinegar in there, and I'm hoping that it'll, help the rings come free on the pistons. And the reason I'm thinking that the rings on the pistons aren't good is because when we dump the diesel fuel in the cylinders, only one cylinder, maybe two, pushed out diesel fuel. So that means, or what I think it means, all the diesel fuel that we put in them cylinders ran past and went down into the oil. From what I understand, diesel fuel and oil will mix. Like, one doesn't set on the top and one sets on the bottom, that sort of stuff. And the reason I'm saying that is because I was going to probably just crack the oil pan, and I would let out the diesel fuel until it became good clean oil, and I shut it off. But that's not going to be the case on this. I'm going to have to take the oil pan bolt out, and I'm going to have to drain the oil, and I'm going to have to put new oil back into it. The first thing I got to do, when we first got the car had a ground, I still got it. Got a ground cable on it, and I cut it off because I couldn't get it off the battery. But there's the ground cable, ground wire, or whatever you want to call it. It's a ground to the car. And this is the live, obviously, because this is the ground. So I'm going to go underneath the car, and I'm going to take that ground off. We're going to apply a new ground. I got a battery over here that I'm getting charged up because I'm going to have the new batteries there. I'm going to charge that up. We're going to stick that in there. And then we're going to see if we can get this bad boy rolling over for the very first time. That's basically what we're going to do. This is all new to me. Never worked on a 34 Ford before, but it seems pretty basic. I'm just going to have to remember the steps I take and then cruise on from there. So I'm going to go underneath. I've got it started. I found something. I got it started, and I'm going to take the ground wire off. And then we're going to try to hook it onto the battery. We'll get the battery going, we'll drain some oil, we'll do all that stuff, and then in the end, we'll see if we can get it rock and roll and get it turned over. So I'm going down underneath right at the present moment, and I'm going to take the ground off the bad boy. Jolene's going to come down with me, or I think she is. Not sure. Got some cardboard laid out there for you, baby. You'll have to be careful. I want to make out with you. Get laying down. And Jolene can run the camera underneath the car just to show you how clean this car really is. Like, wow, this car is really clean. So what I've got here is on the back of the transmission, I'm seeing all kinds of grease fittings. On the back of the transmission up in here where I got this extension, this is the bolt that I'm taking out for the ground. I got it started, and I'm just taking it out right at the present moment. There's the bolt there. It's coming out real nice. It had a screw end on it. Look at that. I can screw it out. You can turn it. Okay, there's our ground cable. One end is tore off it, so Basically, we're going to have to replace it. Never thought of that yet, so I'm going to take this. Nope, we're going to replace it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out from underneath the car. I'm going to go see if I can get a ground cable from our, I don't know, from our other cars that we've taken off. The floor on this thing is absolutely gorgeous. All right. That's the ground cable of the transmission. I'm going to use whatever I have. Back here. Just throw it on the floor. Basically, I think that's it. This is our compression stuff. We have to find that. Look, we got a compression tester right there. Oh, they go put that right there. Alrighty. There's a ground cable right there, but it does not fit the battery. We had a pair of booster cables, and what happened with the booster cables is we bought them, and it was cheaper to buy a pair of booster cables than it was to buy a length of cable. So what I'm saying is, if you're doing your car and you've got a long cable you want to run for your battery, sometimes you can buy a pair of booster cables and you can split them apart. You can see right there, split them apart, and we use obviously one end of that for a battery cable. But right now, I'm doing a ground thing going on. I have got no ends. It's Fun Day Sunday. We're not going anywhere. We're trying to do with what we have. What have I got? What have I got? I only got one. I got one end here. That end there, I mean, even though it has got a little cut in it there, that end there looks better than that end. See that end there? It's all kind of... Thanks for coming back, everybody. Really appreciate it. We'll see if we get this thing turned over for you. Yeah, this one here doesn't seem like it's better. It's got a little slice there. This may not be the cable that's going to stay there. Probably not going to be the cable that's going to stay there, but let's face it, we can get it turned over. That's what I'm looking for. And we've got a cable right here. Just get a length on that bad boy. I'll go an extra little bit, just because we can. I'm going to cut that. These bad boys. Nope. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut them with a zip cut. Excuse me, sweetheart. Oop. That thing again where you either just stand still or you dance with the person. Tina's got another little bed. Joan got her another little bed. We have to thank people that send her in bed. She uses those too. She likes to sleep at her age nowadays. She likes to sleep a little bit. And I don't blame her a bit. Have a snooze, Tina. So there we are there. I'm going to cut it a little bit long. Get some of this off. Sure if I got it cut off all the way, but get it? Haven't got a battery in, I don't think. I'm not even going to bother looking for one, and the reason being is, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap that around the battery end. And we'll do this. What we'll do is we'll do one of these. Wrap the wire around the battery cable, and then I'll use one of these to make it do what I want it to do. I want exactly that. Just a second. Not real good, a little black, but it'll work. Alrighty, I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to apply that where the ground was. I actually maybe should. Let's do this. Oh, what a wonder. Get that hooked up. Just for now. Just for now. Just back up. Yeah. Quite a spot, really. You wonder, you know, sometimes you take your car to the mechanic and you say, why did it cost so much money? Well, sometimes it's not as easy as you think. You just want to bend it in place for get it. Just do this. See if this will work. Nope. I'm going to get a short socket, not a deep bolt socket. And that way there it might not. Yeah. Yeah. Doing this job, you might need 3 or 4 tons. Ha! I'm gonna get a short bolt socket. Be right with you, Colleen. Right with you. Take a look at the floor or something. I don't know. Show them how to do the crazy thing. 5/16. Just want to get a short weld socket so the bolt does not, bottom out, and then I can screw it in the hole again. Can't get my hand up in there, so I'm gonna have to go through it a different way. Can't see. Stop it. I don't know what's going on right now, to be honest with you, but no, I didn't get it yet. Here we go. Had it. I can't see still. Something we get ourselves into. No, I can't show you what I'm not doing. I can show you what I'm doing. I think we got her. I probably should have sanded the end of that thing and cleaned it up a bit. That's what I should have done. I'm not sure if I want to take it off right now and do that again, but I should have sanded the end of the ground cable just to make sure it's got good ground. But we're gonna alright, not gonna work for me right this second. There we go. The other way, thank you. Let's tighten it. Can't see it. True life struggle. True life struggle. He won't put in good enough, it won't move. Good. All right. I should have sanded that end. Now that I get thinking, just kind of in a, what can I say? Trying to get things done here. Just want to leave a little bit. This cord in here, that's fine. Let's do that. Alrighty. Got a ground cable on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stroll up front here. We've got the oil pan bolt right here. This is what it's looking like to me. I'm going to take that bad boy off and drain some oil and diesel fuel out of it. And the reason I'm going to say oil and diesel fuel is because it's mixed. What happened to the charger in the battery? Did it shut off? It did, didn't it? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the wrench, get that off, check the battery again. See what goes on. We have a bunch of wrenches. See what happens. What size it is. Haven't turned this car over yet. Like we turned it over, but we have not wheeled it over by the starter yet. It's nice. It's nice. Gotta get a bucket. The oil in this car before we started this was awesome. It was very nice. Like, so I'm not gonna tear anything apart or anything like that because everything was fantastic. The oil and that sort of stuff is fantastic. Just because it has diesel fuel in it is why I'm going to drain it. I'm not sure if that would hurt anything wheeling it over with the diesel fuel or not. And I guess that would be something you'd have to do and something would have to happen to know. But you can tell some's in there. Get another bucket in case. I've got time to get a rag from my hand, I think. I hope. Or do I? Maybe not. Let's see. No, we got all kinds of time. I'm going to get a rag from my hand. That's probably going to drain, no problem at all. Well, you look like the they get swallowed up by the car, you get feet banging in there.
Yeah.
Where's the buzz? All right. We'll just let that go for a bit. What I'm going to do right now, while that's draining there, I'm going to let that drain for as long as it's able. I'm going to take out all the spark plugs and we're going to put some oil down in the cylinders. And the reason I'm going to put oil down the cylinders is because the last time I put anything down the cylinders, it was vinegar. I did diesel fuel ran by. Do you want to hand that there for Sue Pat?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
The diesel fuel ran by, and now I'm just going to pull the plug back out of it. They're not in there very hard. These are a 2-part plug. Never seen it before, but I have now. I have the plug, and this piece screws on top of that piece, and the plug. On the other side, it did not come apart that way. If anybody watched, it came apart separate, and I just screwed them back together. Nothing to it. Piece of piss. Piece of piss. Why do I say piece of piss? It'd be easy to piss yourself, wouldn't it? Just let go. Piece of piss. Just let go. So, I want to put some oil in the cylinders because if it's gonna run up and down on the starter, I want things to be lubed up in the cylinder. That's it. Just trying to lube her up in the cylinder. There it is right copper crush washer, the spark plugs. And we take out the other side. We're just still draining good. Yep. Seems to be the place to hold it, I guess. Said it the last time. I like how the wires are run so you don't have to worry about anything getting messed up. You just pull out the plugs. The wires know exactly where they need to go. And it's cool. I like it. See if I get it running up and down. I can get a compression test on this bad boy. And we know what I do know is if it has no compression, generally they do not start. Just looking at the plugs, they're just dirty, that's all. Alright, I'm gonna get some oil. I have, what kind of oil? I have, it's gonna be a hard sucker to dump oil into. I'm thinking this is the oil. You see that, so say oil. Nope, it doesn't say oil, but I'm thinking it's oil. It's on the back. I've never dumped oil in a flathead before, but I'm going to today. We're going to today. Everything's good. All my bolts are staying nice and tight up front here. I had to fix that, and that went well. And this on this end is going well, staying in place. Very happy. Staying in place. I think that's the oil right there. Gotta put the oil plug back in. Make it run right straight through, I guess. What am I thinking? I'm just gonna wipe that off a little bit before I put that back in there. And the oil might be changed in this car maybe a few times. Who knows? Like, I don't know. But I think, in all honesty, we'll throw some oil in it. Some new oil in it. If we're gonna reel it over. That's a great idea, I think. If not, well, you'll let me know in the comments. I understand that not everybody agrees with what I do. I do not expect anybody to agree with what I do, but we're not all the same. That's a good thing. And the back board seems like a little bit of going on there. Didn't run it out the whole bunch. Which one did I? Which one was my wrench? Was the 15th or was it the? Yeah. I'm not going to put it too tight, and the reason being is there's not necessary. If it drips or whatever, that's fine. That's fine if it drips. But it's back in. Let's dump some oil in it. What I have, this is what I'm using. This is what I'm generally using all oil cars, is 5W40 Rotella. This is a diesel engine motor oil. And I'm hoping that it's clean. I'm hoping it's not dirty. I'm not hoping it's not where I've thrown a bunch of dirty stuff. I'm not sure. But I'm going to dump some in something. Let's dump some in a bucket and just see what it looks like. Because there has been times that I have dumped oil in containers. And I have, I'm not sure. But this is what I generally use on the other cars. A little thicker oil. That's not it, is it? That's not good oil at all. That's not going to work. What's going to happen is I'm going to have to go get some oil. I have to go get some oil. Can you get oil on a Sunday?
Canadian Tire.
Wasn't looking forward to that. But anyways, it's 5-day Sunday. I might take Jolene to town. And we might do the deal. Get some oil. But what I gotta do first, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna throw this in the garbage. I've got a battery there on charge. I may have been able to leave that in there, I'm not sure. Let's dump some oil in the cylinders. Get some oil out here. Oh, excuse me for a minute. Get some. But I do want to put Rotella in it. That's what I like. That's what I'm going to use. Some high mileage. 5W30. This will work for now. Totally, 100%. Why would it not? As long as it's not used. Right? As long as it's not used. As long as you've got some oil. Like that. Dump some of this over here just to see. Sometimes. Nope, that's brand new oil. Alright, we're going to use it, and the reason I'm going to use it because I'm just going to turn the car over. That's basically it. That's all I'm doing is turn the car over. I'll put some of the cylinders first. I'm going to use that. I do have a funnel. See that funnel anywhere, Steve? Right there. Let's do that. Let's do this. I got a funnel right here. Just going to dump a little bit. Wipe that out. The 38 Chevy outside. Nobody wants to show you through the window, or through the window. 38 Chevy outside is for sale. I want all our money back. Actually, I might not want all back. I might take the tires off if some of you don't want to run Black tires. I would accept the tires. But the car starts, runs and drives, take you anywhere over town. I'll make my mind. But we're going to sell it for what we get into it. I want 10 for it. It's a complete car. It runs, drives, stops. I want 10 for it. Just want a little bit of oil. Just want a little bit. Let's put some in the cylinder. Just gonna run it up and down, that's all. Lube her up a little bit. Huh? Not going to try to start it. Just going to turn it over with oil in it. On the starter, if I can get it done. I guess something like this is not rocket science, but it's just kind of thinking it over and doing the process. Doing the process, you know. And put oil in the cylinder. Dump some oil in the car. Take the spark plugs in. Spark plug back in, all that sort of stuff. Just trying to keep it a routine. Alrighty, I'm saying we got some oil down the cylinders, enough to make it run smoother than having no oil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump all this oil in here. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to dump that. Put this on here. Don't really matter if the car is full of oil. I just want oil in the oil pan. I hope that's where the oil goes. Oil looks nice. Beautiful. This oil will come back out, and I will be running the Rotella oil. But I'm using this to turn it over. It's gone good so far. I haven't dumped anything over the engine. It's gone good. So this engine, or this oil is going to be used just for turning it over, and then I'll end up draining it again before it gets started. Alrighty. Now, the cover for the oil. Now, I'm going to, what am I going to do? Just going to wipe this oil off. You want a good shine, throw some oil on it. I'm not good. It is what it is. Yeah. What am I thinking? Let's throw a battery in. I'm hoping that this little battery does the trick. Hoping. This little battery's been sitting for a while. Hope it's not cold. Let's do this. Oh, here I come right out on. Oh, that's my live. I could. Yeah, I can do that. I wonder if I can get it far enough to get it. Didn't really want to set the battery down in there if I didn't have to, but that's what I'm going to do. This is our ground. Let's get our battery end. Our battery end. Cross your fingers, everybody. Cross your fingers. I love you, Pina. Love you. Oh, such a good dog. You know, I get thinking about Jack and Jolene's mother and stuff, and you think about life a lot, and jeez, I'm gonna have a rough go here in a bit. Like, ugh, not looking forward to it. My dog, and just, you know, looking at my own life. Ugh. But anyways, let's fix this old car and get happy. How about that? Huh, baby? Mm-hmm. Fix this old car and get happy. Yeah, I'm just gonna move this battery over here. That's the plus side. I want that. I want the negative side, man. It's a big battery, I know. Let's do this. And I'm gonna do that. I'll drop it up to it. Turn it down. Didn't have a battery in. And all I'm doing is trying to get it turned over. See if the starter will engage and make us happy. Stop it. Gotta have 6 fingers doing this. On each hand, that is. Stop it. Grab the ratchet. On the ground. Got no battery in, so I'm improvising. I'm doing this. Hopefully that ground on the transmission case grounds out nice. Probably could get a wrench on that. I like the 5/16 one instead of the 1/4 inch. 5/16 just have a nice bigger head on them, that's all. Alrighty, we're hooked. Here's our positive. Probably could have cleaned that a little bit. Have not got the key we have not got the key for this. We got a key stuck in there. Yes, we do. But we have not got a key that turns that. But that moves up and down freely, so I'm hoping that thought that locked that, but let's turn it, let's keep it off. That's an off and on switch there. Oh yeah, there's a, all right, let's loosen that up. Get that knocked off, 1/2 inch, sweet pie. Okay, let's get another one. See how that goes. My passion is cutting and making things, but in order to make the things work, sometimes you have to work on them mechanically. But I enjoy, my passion is cutting and making something. This here is, what can I say, it's what has to be done, I guess. Sometimes I don't like to slow myself down to do something like this, but if I don't, let's get that pried apart. Let's give it a little hammer. I'll beat that on there. A little hammer. See if it'll open up for me. Just move around here a little bit. There's lots of stuff coming out of her, that's for sure. Scratching my, not scratching, but she's opening up now. Alrighty, I'm thinking that I'm going to leave it like that. Battery's hooked up. Spark plugs are out. Oil in the cylinders. Oil in the cylinders, what else? Just trying to think things over as I'm going here, trying to talk it through myself. I've got that battery hooked up. I turned that power on. I pushed that button. Supposedly the button between the two pedals, is it not? Alrighty, let's get it right here. I'm turn that switch on. See if it'll turn on. Absolutely not. I'm gonna take that off. Is there any power in the battery? I'm really interested in trying it. Have we got any power in the battery? Yep. See that? Mm-hmm. Just touch it on that. The ground could be no good. Like the ground on the, over there where I put it on. Let's go check the starter. And that thing that I'm pressing on the floor. see that very well. Yeah. Could take that off and get that. Take a look at it. Then go back. So we've got nothing. We've still got nothing. Alright. Take this off. Let's try it again before we do that. Let's try it again before we do that. Battery in. Let's put this back on. Charge. Just want to clean that up. Just kind of damaged a little bit. So I'm going to take that ground back off, sand that, and then put it back on again and try it again because it might be the ground, obviously. And the starter has not been anything for a long time. So let's do this, put this back on. Live, the ground. And you're hooked up. And just press that, and that button should come on so it's charging. Let's take it off, do it again. I'm going to take the live off the starter also. Take this off back down here. Do what I want to, but that's what I got to do. Thought I should have maybe sanded it before I put it on there. Get off there. Thank you. Let's do this one. I guess that would be an amateur mistake, not cleaning that in, but that's what I did. Should have it all cleaned. I don't say amateur, but I'm doing it all the time. I should have cleaned it. Now, come on out. On the end up there, it seems like a lot. Yeah, obviously. I'm going to clean that up there also. I'm going to grab a piece of sandpaper and clean both ends. It's that easy too, you know, for a ground to be messed up. Right. That right there is what it should have looked like before I put it on there. I should have sanded it clean, you know. And I'm hoping that the water in there is good enough. Like it is what it is, like half cut. Half burnt there. I wonder if I should just try Haven't got an end. No, I'm trying to tell you. Haven't got an end to put on it. I'd really like to sand that up there. If I could. Good sandpaper up there. Thank you, sweetheart. Any black paint on anything? Like they painted everything obviously and had everything all. Hard spot to get your hand, mister. Terrible. 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 I'm going to tape that on there. And give that a scalp. Back some back. Well, that sandpaper's down the end of that screwdriver, so I can sand that, that's all. Scratch it up, clean it up a little bit. Get in there, man. Terrible. Terrible. Why would you have a ground there like that? You can't get at it. Terrible. I could make a new one, obviously. But that's where it was. I want to put it back. Guess it's sort of clean. Called aggravation. That's what that's called, aggravation right there. Should be lots of her ground, but if I had an end, I could use some new stuff. Do I think it's the ground? I'm not sure. Let's try that other one. I'm not sure if that other one will work either. It's basically doing it with this. I'm not sure if I'm getting a good ground or not. What do you think, sweetie pie? Looks kind of black, don't it? Let's do this. Let's make a new one. I like it. Not sure if it's long enough, but it's new. Yep. Just open. I have an end. I should have an end somewhere, but I'm not into the cabinets looking for that stuff all the time, so. And then I can take the live off of the starter. It should almost be dealt with. Baby, I want an end. Put on this. Didn't seem to be very much power in that battery either, did it? Like when it didn't really snap and crackle big bunch, did it? Hey, what's that right there? Woo, woo. Got yourself in there. Probably the bolt won't fit through it. Terrible. See the bolt coming on here. That's just what you call, what do you call that? What do you call that? Have a torch up there. Got the solder up there. Have to drill the hole. Let's do this. One of these going? Nothing in it, I don't think. Got a lighter. Oh yeah. Then I'll have to drill the end of that to make it bigger. Just gonna fill that up and stick it in there. Probably should have put some flux in there, but I did not. Hold or not. Give it a second. I'll hit it with a hammer. And then I'll put some tape on it. It's just a test run. That's basically what I'm doing it for. Test run. Don't need that big hammer. Could do it with this one, I think. Take it over something hard. Not coming off. Clean it up a little bit. It's red. I want ground, but I don't care. I'm just trying to get a piece on there. This will just let me know that I got good ground. Good ground. That's all it'll let me know. a bit hot still. Yeah, and it's allowed to be. Just have it with a torch. Now we need a bigger hole in it. Wasn't looking forward to doing that, but it needs a bigger hole, so let's put a bigger hole in it. Nothing to do with the drill. And the reason being is it probably rip out of my hands. Turn the air on. Open this up a little bit so we get a hole in it. We go slow. Copper should go fairly. Check and see. A little bit more. Probably even just the wrong size. Whatever. Fun day Sunday. Having fun with me and Joey in the grid. Not going to have much left, to be honest with you. Good. Holy trays. Let's get the other end cut, get that opened up, so I can hook that onto the battery. Just cut off. What I'll do is I'll get this put on. We will get enough for that. We'll get this put on. Let's get this put on. That's all I'm going to tell you. So let's put this on right now. That's all I know for this very second. Let's do this. Get your ground hook back on, and we'll go for the live. The ground will be dealt with. I'm not saying that I'm nothing other than I'm going to put that through there. Hopefully I can get hooked up quicker than the last one. I probably should have done this the first time. Put that in there. Oh, where's that hole? That was much better that time. See that?
No.
Much better this time. Much better. Stop it. So hard to get at. So aggravating. You know what I'm saying? All right. We got her that time. Let's put her ratchet on it. Tighten her out. And the reason being, we got her started. Time. Yes. What's that? Now we've got a good ground. Not gonna end up messing with that anymore. Just gonna throw the battery off charge. Try this again. What we will know, or what I'm thinking we'll know, is that if it does not work this time, we're gonna go to the live and pull and do the starter thing, right? That's what's gonna happen this time. Or next time, we'll do that. So we'll get back here on this bad boy. How much do you want me to get it? Let's try to see. You can see I got a negative side. I guess it don't much matter. There we go. Doing with what I have on a Sunday. Alright, yeah, I'm saying we got a ground there now. That's what I'm saying we have. And we got a live. Sandpaper. And I might have to take it off the other. So if I do not get anything this time, I'm gonna have to take it off the other end of the starter and mess with that. I guess that's what it's all about, I guess. Just trial and error. And I could cut the end off that one as that goes. And absolutely nothing. Now, what is this bad boy? Huh? What's this? That now, would you?
What?
Light just come on the
Did it?
dash. Yeah. Light come on the dash. That's cool. So we've got power. We've got power. But it's only enough light for a light. Power enough for a light. Yeah, it's cool. Now, I see a fuse box up in here. I can see a piece of paper in behind that bad boy. Should pull that bad boy out and check it. Let's do this. Pull that bad boy out. Let's take the harness off. Get the live off. Alrighty. Let's leave it like that. Let's say that we've got a ground hooked up. We know we got power because it just turned that light on. I do not know what I got going on over here, like this over here at the starter. So we might have a disconnection at the starter because it's been quite a few years. So I might have to take this bolt off the starter, clean that up, maybe see what's going on there for the live. Yeah. The starter could be stuck, as far as that goes. Who knows? Not sure. But what I do know for sure is that we've got power, because when I turned that little light on, we had power. We've got a good ground now. All right, I did what I could do within the amount of time that we had. What time we at? We an hour? So we're an hour in, so basically, I'm going to mess. No, I'm not even going to mess with it. I'll mess with it with you. And that way there, we both know what's going on. What I'll do is, I might mess with it, I'm not sure, but that power wire, I'm going to have to take that off the starter and get that power wire geared up. I might even have to take off the starter, might have to loop that, take it apart, whatever, I'm not sure. It's a couple bolts, pull the end of it off, just put it back together. You know how sometimes when you want something fixed, all you have to do is tear it apart and then put it back together, it works, and you did nothing to it? Basically, that's where I'm at. Not sure. But it's fun day Sunday. Get up there, work on your project, get something done, have a little bit of fun, do what you can with it, and yeah, do what you can to it, and then go from there. So I'm just going to keep tinkering away. We'll see where we get it. Have a great day. Come back tomorrow, and we appreciate everybody.